just one like last week. It made us chilly for sure. But now we have that big time blast of cold again coming in. This one's going to arrive tomorrow morning. The cold air is going to trickle in, and then the real cold is going to settle in by the time you wake up on Friday morning. So here's what's going on as we speak. Again, satellite and radar showing us those scattered showers. We have a few of them out there. This is out ahead of the front. We were talking about this yesterday during the day that we would tap into a little bit of Gulf moisture, and then that would help to get a couple of showers going. Here is the cold front. It's knocking on the door already. It's getting ready to move through Atlanta. It's getting ready to move into the Florida Panhandle. That's going to give us the opportunity for more scattered showers overnight. And then that's going to give us the opportunity for a few more showers and downpours tomorrow morning. Then the front comes through, and then we clear things out big time. So we are going to go on the timeline. And then we are going to be watching the colder air settle back in across Central Florida. Before we get into some numbers, I just want to show you this in the breakdown of the freeze and the hard freeze. So we're obviously, when we get down to 32 degrees, weird things happen. Of course, we start to have to worry about the plants for sure, as we have, obviously, the freeze will kill any kind of outdoor plants that are sensitive to the cold. The hard freeze, though, that's when we really have to start worrying about your pipes if they're outside, because it will be under or below freezing for a little while longer as we move into that time frame. So typically you need about 6-ish hours at the bare minimum for you to start to have issues with your pipes, especially outside. So if you don't have them wrapped already, or if you don't plan on leaving them at like a slow run, your spigots outside, I would consider doing that, strongly consider doing that, because I think a lot of us would wake up with some issues with the pipes on by the time Friday afternoon gets here, because we are expecting it to be that cold. So that's really where the blue is. That's going to be extreme northern county, northern Lake County, interior Volusia. We see that little blue haze, and then the dark blue from Marion County back into Sumter County, and we see that blue stretching down the I-75 corridor. So again, I am expecting temperatures to stay at freezing or a couple of notches below freezing for about 6 to 7 hours in most of Marion County. In Sumter County, I think most of Sumter will be below freezing for about 4 or 5 hours, slightly warmer, if you want to call it that. As we get into the upper 20s, Sanford, we are at 32 degrees, so right at the freezing mark. We might be able to drop maybe a degree or two below that. So all in all, about 0 to 2 hours below freezing in Sanford could cause some issues. Orlando and Melbourne, I think we're going to be fine. And interior pipes should also be fine, because we're going to warm things back up into the 60s. It'd be a problem, or into the upper 50s. It'd be a problem if we kept the afternoon I mean, it is going to be very cold on Friday, but like also near freezing or below, then we'd start to have some problems. So I wanted to take you county by county now, because I don't have enough time to take you there on TV. But this is going to kind of break down more, because I just want to make sure that everybody is kind of aware. And we're going to go over this again tonight at 9:30. If you catch the live show every night, we're live every night, Monday through Friday at 9:30 on News 6 Weather Live, at 9:30 on YouTube, and on News 6 Plus. There's Friday morning, Polk County, 30 to 34. I don't think the wind is going to be that big of a deal. It would add a little insult to injury, but the impact is going to be 0 to 2 hours below freezing. Protect the plants, and that's for everybody into Central Florida. Everybody should be protecting their plants if you have them. Cold blast for Brevard County. Air temperatures at 32 to 38. It's a wide range, because it is going to be a little bit warmer right at the Cape. We might even be around 40 at the Cape. But most of Brevard County, especially just to the west of US 1 and I-95, will be in that 32 to 34 range. Time below freezing, spend about 0 to 2 hours. You're certainly into protect the plants category. Now, Flagler County, we're going to start to be on the fringe a little bit. And if you are a little concerned about your pipes, certainly go ahead and do so. The exterior ones, again, wrap with that stuff they sell it. I think it's pretty cheap at the hardware store. 2 to 4 hours below freezing. Again, everybody in plant protect mode. We're going to get down to 28 to 32. Warmer in the coast, colder inland. Wind chills running about 26 to 31 degrees. So again, a very cold morning in Polk. We're going to go back down to the south now. Osceola County. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. 30 to 34 is the air temperature that you wake up to. Again, that's going to put us in that 0 to 2 hours below freezing time frame. Plants, of course, protected. You see, most of Central Florida, we're just protecting the plants. Okay. Pets too. It's the 3 Ps. If you have pets that stay outside, again, this is some pretty nasty cold. 28 to 34 on Friday morning. That's good enough for 1 to 4 hours below freezing. Protect plants for sure. Lake County, we are on that interesting threshold again. I think the northern side of Lake County, maybe Mount Dora, Eustis, Umatilla, Paisley, Lake Catherine, you might want to make sure your exterior plants are covered or your exterior pipes are wrapped or let them at a slow drain there, slow trickle. 27 to 32 is what we have for you throughout Lake County, a little bit warmer, if you want to call it that, to the south, back to the upper 20s into the north. Okay. Seminole County, what's going on? 30 to 34. I think a few outlying areas may be able to dip into the upper 20s as well. The impact, again, widespread anyways, 0 to 2 hours below freezing. Protect the plants for sure on Friday morning. Actually, want to get out there Thursday night. All right, so Sumter County, this is where everybody should be thinking about protecting their pipes. If you are watching again from Webster, Bushnell, Coleman, Lake Panasoffkee, make sure your pipes have that wrapping on it. If they don't, I would get some or let it run at the slow trickle again. 27 to 31 is our forecast temperature. Orange County, I think Orlando is okay. Whoops, went too fast on the thing. Orlando should stay a couple of notches above freezing. Outlying areas in Orange County should get maybe a notch or two below. Current forecast, again, is going to be 31 to 35 throughout Orange County. Colder outside of downtown Orlando for us in like Lake Buena Vista towards the attractions in Windermere. We're talking 0 to 2 hours below freezing. Again, plants, that is a given. Marion County, this is the big one. We're going to be the coldest for the longest. 24 to 28 is our forecast. 4 to 6 hours, likely closer to the 6-hour threshold of below freezing temperatures. This is where you want to protect the pipes and the plants going forward. So that, again, that big chill arrives. Everybody is going to be in the 20s and 30s on Friday. It's no doubt the coldest air of the season. It is the coldest air by far since way back in 2022. So it's not like we see this kind of cold every year. We're, again, running about 2 degrees, give or take, about colder than where we were so far this season, at least when you compare it to the coldest. So a lot of chill coming in, a little bit of rain coming in. Coming up tonight at 9:30. If you're not familiar, we have a show every single night at 9:30. It's called News 6 Weather Live with me. You're stuck with me Monday through Friday. And we're going to go over the county by county. Again, we're going to look at a little more in depth at the cold. And then there's also the potential for some snow in Florida, not Central Florida, in North Florida. But for the second year in a row, there could be snow in Florida. That's something that doesn't happen every day. So we're going to talk about that part. That's with the second blast of colder air. Yes, there's 2. That arrives Sunday into Monday. Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be warm, stay warm, get warm. And I will see you guys at 9:30. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back at 9:30 with a lot more. And also News 6 tonight, 9 o'clock. I'll be hanging out with Matt and Ginger as well on News 6 Plus, on the News 6 YouTube page. We're going to break it all down. Top stories of the day. And of course, it's all about the cold. I'll see you guys tonight.